it's just one more step towards resolving the petitions challenging the victory of President Bola Tinubu in the 2023 presidential election. The Supreme Court has reserved judgment in the appeal filed by the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. At the Supreme Court, Atiku insisted that President Tinubu must be disqualified from the election as he was not constitutionally qualified to contest that election. Meanwhile, the Apex Court dismissed the appeal filed by the Allied People's Movement, APM. Julie, let's start from Allied People's Movement, though. They were contesting the nomination of the vice president, and they faulted it, and they went all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court's response today said, this is what we've decided. It's just a waste of our time.
And they were with costs.
You know, until they start disgracing some landed silks in our country, this nonsense will not stop. This nonsense won't stop. Those judges in the Supreme Court, they are now down to 10. Because Justice Datijo, is going to retire on the 27th of this month. Because he's going to retire on the 27th of this month, there is no way that you can put him on any panel at this stage.
So they overstretched.
Because somebody who is leaving a matter of days. Today is 23rd.
Yeah.
You can't put him on a panel. Yeah. That's why when that story came out that, last week, we had a listed Supreme Court justices that will handle this matter, I saw clearly, I knew clearly that this is fake news all over again. By tradition, Supreme Court does not release the names of its panel, the panel to handle a matter until the morning of the matter. Even those judges that the CJN will pick, we don't know until the morning. So when I saw some days before, they put people like Ogun Umiju there, I said, these people,
some people are saying some judges have accused themselves that four of them.
They put even this Dirty Joe. They put this Dirty Joe on the panel. They put Dirty Joe on the panel. So I knew that, look, this thing was not true. I was discussing with one of the editors of one of the, I think, MD, and I said, this is a lie, sir. Forget this story. When I now read an account of another paper, I saw that Dirty Joe was not included. I said, you see, who released it? Certainly,
not
the registrar of the Supreme Court released to the press that on Monday there will be hearing. Nobody released the list of judges to sit on the panel. What Nigerians will cause with fake news and the irresponsibility of people, a lot of people on social media,
just want to burn the country.
Only God will save us. Because they don't do that. It's not their tradition. So let's move away from there.
Yeah.
Now, APM. The Supreme Court ruled on May 28th this year that Shetima, the vice president, was validly nominated
by the party.
I was surprised that in spite of that,
They went to the tribunal.
Peter Obi's lawyers, it was one of the main grounds
Cornerstones of this case.
upon which they were contesting the victory of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petitions Court. Normally, since
The matter has been
the matter had been decided, it shouldn't have been included in your prayers before the court. But of course, that is their maybe since they don't have so much, they don't have tons of evidence in spite of the assurances.
They have to
look for
straws.
technicalities. We can't find enough evidence that he didn't win the election. Let's go for.
Let's just throw it in. Maybe
What
one of them
Atiku is doing today, before this same Supreme Court, is an attempt to still use technicality, not facts that transpired on election day, to kick Tinubu out of office. APM despite seeing that the Supreme Court had decided on the matter, still wanted the Supreme Court to review its own matter and rule on a matter that it had decided. I don't think I know any country where people are this rascally
abuse the court
in the judicial process.
I think that's why they withdrew the case.
No, they didn't withdraw the case. The Supreme Court judges told them
Frontally.
to go ahead and withdraw it. The Supreme Court, sometimes if you are pushing a matter,
That doesn't make sense.
to them they know that you don't have a case. As you are standing before them, they can tell you, withdraw this matter.
Ross.
So when you withdraw it, they will now proceed to formally dismiss it. That's what happened. It's not as if it came, they decided on their own to withdraw. No, they were told that, okay, what are you even here for?
That's wasting
You can't ask for something without an end.
If,
for example, if we say now that you want this matter, what do you want to do?
How do you answer your
You want
prayers?
to become president?
How do you answer your prayer?
You want to become president?
Ask their candidates.
Okoro DSC, who is the leader of the panel, he made that point that, look, you can't come before us without a real goal in mind. What is your goal? Because if you are talking about the parties that can become president, you know, APM can.
Just want to be a stumbling.
So at the end of the day, they tell, okay, this matter,
they're wasting our time.
Withdraw it. They withdrew it. The Supreme Court now proceeded to formally dismiss it. That's what happened. Even when two parties like you and I, if we have a matter
in front of the justice,
and we decided that, okay, we wanted to withdraw the matter, we will approach the court, say, okay, we want to withdraw this matter. Once we have taken all the steps towards that, the court will now proceed to dismiss.
Okay.
So that's what happened.
All right. We take this breather. When we come back, we'll talk about the prayers of Atiku Abubakar at the Supreme Court today. For staying with us, Atiku is insisting that President Bola Tinubu must be disqualified, from the election, as he is not constitutionally qualified ab initio to contest the election.
Yes, he said that the president forged his Chicago State University certificate. He lied under oath, and any forger is not fit to be to even contest in the first place. So he now moved on to say, if you will not disqualify him, order the rerun between Tinubu and myself. That's why I pity
you and the forger.
Yes, the same person that you already said is not qualified ab initio. It's like a EJ. That's what Atiku.
No, he's throwing things at the wall now. Maybe one will stick.
So he's now saying, oh, if you will not disqualify him, then let the two of us face off. Because in the event of a rerun, the person who came third will not take part. That's what Obi supporters don't know. They don't know what the law says. So Atiku is saying, okay, let us organize a rerun. Let me and him face each other in a rerun. But the court will decide whether the certificate is fake. He has to, I think even the judge said it, the presiding judge, Okoro JSC, he asked Chris Uche why he wants to introduce a fresh evidence after the expiration of 180 days statutorily provided for filing, trial, and determination of election petitions. So he wanted, why do you want the Apex Court to brush aside constitutional provision to entertain
to accommodate your
brush aside
constitutional provision? Because it's clear.
There's no ambiguity.
It's clear. So
that means number B is stumbling block.
So
as in that constitutional provision is.
It is clear that there is a time frame
that has passed.
Yes, for fresh evidence. But they are thinking that in the exercise of his wide-ranging powers, the Supreme Court can still entertain. That is for those justices to decide. But if they follow the law strictly,
it's a no-no.
The time is gone. That's what Hot Kid and Pokoli, that song, Otilo. You know that song? That's of Otilo. You don't go. No traces. That song.
I don't want to.
Yes, Otilo. That's what Pokoli and Hot Kid. That's what it's now. Otilo.
No,
You have to follow
it's like throwing water.
time frame.
It's like
All
throwing,
of these cases have time frame
Yeah.
provided by the Electoral Act.
like throwing water after ice water. You're only throwing water to nothing.
But even lawyers are divided
No,
over
Nigeria-
these things.
no, I
Like
don't think they're
Komsi
divided.
Komsapin.
let the lawyers will always be divided on this
I think
matter.
everybody's
Were they not
after-
divided over 25%?
Have you noticed how
25%
quiet everybody
Abuja.
became?
Were they not divided? Even very senior lawyers that we know in their hearts they know the
know.
truth, but they were divided.
Whatever will fill your pockets.
A lot of things influence, sometimes religion, ethnicity, will sometimes
Or
influence our...
economy.
Was it not here that a lawyer abused you or accused you of being a thief who takes money from politicians? Just because we came here and said, look, this matter is dead on arrival. Were we not vindicated?
At the end of the day.
Have you and I, have we ever gone to law school? Did we go to law school?
On the Abia case.
So these things happen. You know, if it could happen at that time, do you think I'm surprised that something that is self-evident, a lawyer will say, no, this is what... He knows that the politician will bring money. The Nigerian politician is the most optimistic
Human being.
set of human beings that you ever find.
Losing is never in their destiny.
I was listening to a lawyer yesterday and he was saying that what Atiku is asking for is like for the Supreme Court to use what we can call like doctrine of necessity, something that is not in the book, but just
But because it's me.
wave aside this
When
thing.
they
Just,
put it aside, it's me now. You know now. It's me. Put it there. It's basically, I don't want to call it
Him, as in who?
as in Atiku Abubakar, the Waziri. Or is this Siddiq Abubakar? Or is this
Okay,
Sadiq Abubakar? I just know it's an Abubakar there.
There is Siddiq, there is Sadiq, there is Kojoli or something. Another name.
so that Atiku will not accuse you also of abusing me.
No, because sometimes it's like a child coming to the father and telling him that, my mother is your wife, but she's still my mother. So that gives me certain privileges. The wife came before she became your mother now. So your father has absolute rights. But what Atiku is asking for is that...
You know, even the judges saw what they were saying again about social media.
Yes, for the
panel.
Even Smart, they accuse Smart of going
on TV
to
go and saying
things that I should not say.
Yes. And you know, the beauty of it is that the Supreme Court is not a long process at all.
No.
long
By
thing.
November 6, this judgment must happen.
Yeah.
By November
First
6.
week in November.
Wow.
And you know them, they want to give it ahead of the terminal date. So they will now tell you that, okay, we'll come back and explain our...
Atiku Abubakar, Bola Tinubu.
They will know their fate.
They will know if...
Latest November 6.
Wow.
They will know their fate.
The thing is done. And it's done. So there's nothing...
No, it's not done.
I'm not talking about the result. I'm talking about the process.
The
process
terminal
is
date
done.
is 6.
Final judgment. So we'll now come here to review that judgment.
Of course, you know I'm always available. I'm at your service. I'm at your service.
I want to thank you. Ganika Yorùbá Osiare Onakakawo.
There's even award cost. There's an award cost in favor of some of us. Because they cause us to talk too much about things that are
Because we have been bashed and
on this.
They can't intimidate the judges with social media. The point they made today is clear. Judgment.
That signal.
Don't intimidate us. You are wasting your time. All eyes on the judiciary. If you like, open your eyes wide on the
Put pepper there.
You talk more like cigar. You talk more like cigar.
And that's our offering today. Join us again tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. Join us this Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for journalist hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Uzbak. We'll see you tomorrow.